welcome to the Death Battle cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Battle. I'm Ben, I'm the voice of Wiz.
I'm Noel, I'm the voice of Noel.
I'm Sam, I'm the voice of Sam.
Way to do your own thing there. Hey, I'm Chad, I play Boomstick.
These guys wrote Roshi versus Jiraiya. That's why they're here.
A little bit, maybe.
All right.
He did.
Quick thank you to our sponsors for this week's episode of Death Battle Cast. We got Robinhood and Stamps.com, and we'll have more to talk about them later on in the show. So, guys, how y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. It's Friday, right? It's Friday, right? Friday.
Yes,
I mean,
it is Friday.
It's because we had pre-recorded the previous two, so it feels like forever. I was sitting here and I was like, was I on last week? And then I've also had a lot going on. So
Walking the buildings like, where's the set again? It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Good to be back, even though we were...
Never gone from you.
Yeah, from your perspective, we were always here.
Yeah, people were tweeting about like because we had this community battle. It was like a battle royale between like the four of us, and I was like people started tweeting me. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Wait, so how'd it go? Wait, who won?
We don't know.
Nick. I think we decided Nick.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We decided Nick.
Yeah.
Nick's very powerful.
Yeah.
Nick is the force of destruction, and also nobody wants to kill Nick because that would it would just feel bad.
I also think he's on the same level as the vegan dude from Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, yeah.
Yeah, without playing the bass, without doing that. So
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, we're excited to talk about this death battle that just came out. If you have not seen Roshi versus Jiraiya yet, big spoiler warning, we're going to be talking about the winner because, as we always do with Death Battle Cast after Death Battle comes out, we've got some questions from you guys that we want to answer and just clear up some things that maybe you didn't notice in the episode or maybe you don't think we really covered 100% or something that, you know.
Popped into your brain.
Yeah, just popped into your brain. So there's plenty of questions to go through. I think we got 7.
Also, real quick before you do that, and if you guys want to ask your questions, if you have some, and they don't even have to be specifically about Death Battle, you just want to ask us questions, use the hashtag DeathBattleCast. It's right down there.
Yes.
Send us fan art, whatever you want to do. There's wonderful things in that hashtag, and we thank you guys for it.
Yeah, you can use that to reach out to us, send us questions about death battles or about us. We can talk about ourselves on the show if you're interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah, Sam would be happy to talk about shoes.
Yeah.
Or furniture.
That's true.
Take your pick.
Ooh,
Nice chairs.
furniture.
And of course, the community death battle. And we'll have a community death battle later on today between She-Ra and Wonder Woman, which has been going on for like 2 weeks now. So we'll figure that out as well as announce a new one at the end of the show. All right, so first question, and we got to get this out of the way right now. The winner was Roshi.
Roshi!
I mean, it's crazy trying to do your old man voice there.
Yeah, but not well. We voiced today, so yeah.
You've been busy.
And I've been in constant
crazy
meetings.
busy this past week, and then we're like, hey, Chad, we got to go voice the next episode.
I
Quick.
was like, can we please do it on Tuesday? And I was like, we really need to get it voiced. And I'm like, I have from 12:30 or 11:30 to 12:30, and I was over at stage 5, so it was just like zoom over, record, zoom back. It's been a day, but I'm happy now to chill with you guys. Hang out.
Zoom, zoom.
So the first
Make your
question
heart go
we got,
boom, boom. You want to do a Xenon
no.
reference?
Oh, no.
You gonna throw that out there? Yeah.
Why does Xenon get brought up so much?
Because it was
Good song in a movie. It
and
was
a
like
Disney
underrated.
original, man.
Underrated.
I feel like it gets brought up more than Brink, and it can't be better than Brink.
It's not
mean,
better than
I don't know.
Brink. It's not.
I don't know if it gets brought up more. Not around like
Puppet
us, because
Son.
we always like to
No,
throw
I
out that
think it does.
soul
I think-
skaters, man.
Well,
Keep
I
pumping
think
suds.
it's that just literally do anything better. Like that's what it's always. But
So
yeah.
you're saying is we need a death battle between the Brink team versus Xenon. I feel like Xenon's got this in
They
the
have
bag, and she has future shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Remember she had like an iPad?
what are we gonna say about the
Before an
fucking
iPad?
like Brink kids? Like they're peak human or some shit. Like, what the fuck do you want with these? They're soul skaters. Like this is gonna fucking help anything.
Hashtag Death Battle Cast. Let us know who you think wins.
Team Pumpin' Suds versus Xenon.
I mean, we know
21st century.
Xenon.
It was 21st
Xenon-
century digital girl or something like
Girl
that.
of the 21st
literally-
century.
There it was.
She makes your heart go boom, boom, boom. You're dead. You're dead. You're out, dog.
So then, no,
Fucking delete.
Yeah, you can't analyze the actual music.
It needs to be Team
God.
Puppet Suds versus the band. I think the band was called Protozoa. Is
Yeah,
that what-
Protozoa was the
that's
band,
what
and Xenon isn't the one that makes your heart go boom boom.
I'm just curious how many
was
people.
protozoic.
I need to get the chat open. It's been so long that I don't remember how to do this. I'm wondering. I was like, I wonder how many people in the chat
Leave it-
are like, what the fuck are they talking about? Oh, I don't even have the chat open. I'll be in the chat just a second so I can see you guys. If you guys come up with any other questions that we don't answer and you leave them in the chat, I can of course pull them from that. But while I'm doing that,
Yes.
first
That
question.
first question, yeah.
What is it?
This is going to be
Ask
an
the
exact
question.
question, all right?
Okay.
Quote, The evil containment wave, which Roshi does use to contain Gamabunta in the fight, should fail. Gamabunta is not evil. If you actually did real research, you'd know that the evil containment wave only affects those with evil in their hearts.
Well, first of all, I would like you to work on how to constructively write feedback, because that was a little sassy. All right?
Sassy's fun, right?
Yeah.
Get a little sassy.
There you go.
My thing is, Super, it gets deflected, and Vegeta gets caught in the evil containment wave. Vegeta's not evil, he's just an asshole at this point.
And also, evil depends on what you want to look at it. And from
Your perception?
Roshi's standpoint, Gamabunta is trying to kill him. And yeah, like Gamabunta is trying to kill the master of the Z fighters. That's kind of evil.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball does kind of have a like alignment thing of good and evil or whatnot. There's some definition in there, but it's very loose because it's Dragon Ball. It keeps definitions loose throughout the whole series. But it's not just Vegeta. Kami was sealed in it, in early Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So it's called the evil containment wave in the English dub.
Maybe it's the containment wave
Because that's what they decided to do it. The containment itself
Is evil?
Yeah,
it's got to be evil container.
It's like green.
It's the evil containment wave.
Yeah, it literally does like put them in a prison forever.
It does also potentially kill the user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It killed his master.
Sounds pretty evil to me, so
evil.
what do you think of that, mister? You don't do your research?
Would it work on Goku? Because I personally think Goku is evil for giving every antagonist the effing senzu bean. It's like, come on, man. Like, your kid's dying right now, but you're gonna give this dude a senzu bean because you just want to see how tough he is. That's pretty damn evil in my eyes.
Yeah. Plus, he's
Evil
a shitty
containment wave
dad,
on.
So
He is a shitty dad.
Well, the whole
Dad,
tournament
dude.
of power arc comes about because he's just like, yeah, let's just get everybody together and fight. Oh, the multiverse is at stake. Whatever.
Nah,
It's
not
fine.
a big
well,
deal.
to be fair, he doesn't want that.
Sure.
He just wants to fight more strong guys. He's just like on the search for
Always.
buff boys. Like that's just Goku's life. He's just like, where they at? Like, and like yeah, he just wants to have a fight. And like he's like, yo Zeno, can I fight some more buff boys?
Where the
And he's
buff
like,
boys
sure.
at?
Like yeah, we'll do that.
I would love to see a gif of that, and it just starts with like the story of Dragon Ball, and then it's just that Sam right there.
Goku
doing
wants
it.
to fight buff
Buff
boys.
boys is like,
That
yo, where
is
they
what
at?
it is. That's the whole thing. Pretty
New
much.
powers. Who buff boy is this?
They need to bring in like a significant, like I mean they did with Khalifa and stuff, but like they need a villain that's a woman for once in Dragon Ball, not Frieza. But
Frieza's
as a kid, I never knew.
He's progressive.
Like, yeah, he's progressive. In 2018.
I mean, they also need a female,
you know.
powerful female protagonist first.
Yeah, they
like-
could use one of those
You
too.
can use both, really, but
I mean, I feel like
It's
it
targeted
needs to
towards
have
young-
Android 18. Like,
I was about to say,
she's
yeah.
pretty good.
oh yeah, I guess that's true.
And
but she doesn't
she's
really do anything
definitely-
after turns good.
Well, in Super, she does a little bit, but I mean, she's definitely a badass. Like,
Yeah.
Chi-Chi was super dope.
yeah.
And then, you know.
Also Android 16. No, 18.
Yeah, that's what I
20.
just said.
20. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
the
but-
busty one.
From the video game.
Yeah, from the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have female characters. I don't think that's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
You're saying
you know.
that there's no like main,
Yeah.
like primary villain of a story arc
Mm-hmm.
that could necessarily fill that role right now.
Yeah. When all of their, I mean,
Well, 20
they-
was in the game, though.
It's a game.
Okay.
But she was.
They're
I'm just
all-
saying it's there.
They're all like
Xenoverse had
mad
that too. With,
boring
what's her name?
too.
The
Like
blue lady.
every villain is super fucking boring. Like they really need to up their game. Like I got so much beef with
Oh, shit.
Dragon Ball. It's like it's so good and it could be so much better, and they're like, nah, we'll keep playing it safe for the rest of our life. Like
They
the
know
whole
their audience.
The next one's
they
a
know,
tournament.
They know
No.
what people want from that. Like, there's a reason
No,
why.
what literally everybody wants is to see Krillin or Vegeta or someone besides Goku have their day.
Yamcha.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
me.
Just not Goku. If a story arc could be resolved by not Goku, like
Okay.
The best
Great.
one. The best one is Resurrection F, when it looks like they finally did that.
Yeah.
And Vegeta has its moment, and then it has its moment, and then it's just like, oh no, just kidding. And then they do the time rewind thing, and then Goku has to swoop in and steal his thunder, and you're just like, God, I thought we had it. But
yeah.
yeah, dude, I'm saying
But I mean, Dragon Ball,
Nah.
there's a reason why, like, they just released a new teaser for I think the last teaser for the Broly movie that's coming out in like a month. And in it, they revealed, I don't know if I want to spoil it, but like they reveal a form that a character is going to take. And it's like, well, okay, now we know all the forms that are going to appear in the movie, etc.
Yeah, it's a really
the reason why they do
shitty
that
trailer.
is because Dragon Ball at this
know what
point is
people
just
wanna
building hype. It's all about building hype.
Yeah.
They revealed Super Saiyan God before the movie, Super Saiyan Blue before the movie. They reveal all this stuff because it's just like, build the hype, build the hype, build the hype, watch some flashy colors, you're done. Now, obviously, Dragon Ball is more than that. There's some awesome
that's like their
characters and really
marketing
incredible stories, but
process is
that is
that,
the
yeah.
goal for this series, is
Yeah.
to just make you feel hype as hell.
Yeah.
So,
It's true. I mean, I remember when I first got into Dragon Ball Z, and like then I was just like, yeah, look,
Yeah.
I want to fight somebody. I want to fly. I want
Exactly.
to shoot a Kamehameha.
Yeah.
So they don't really
I wanna
like
rock the dragon.
trying to insert. I think the thought process is like trying to insert like some crazy complicated story that like deviates from that. It might
doesn't
no
even
longer
need
feel
to
like Dragon Ball.
deviate that. Like
Then you get Naruto.
Okay, you get another.
Hey,
well,
that's a
no,
good-
but you get another like shonen comic where it's like, oh, now he's done Dragon or he's Super Saiyan Blue Instinct, and you're like, cool. If they were like, here's a picture of Krillin as like shadow form God Krillin, I'd be like, oh fuck, this is dope. I want to see that. Like that's
I know what you're saying, but
Give
at the same
me
time, like-
someone else besides Goku being a badass.
That's true, but it still does feel awesome. Like I will never forget. Like
yeah.
I mean,
okay,
Super
no,
Saiyan
like,
2, I was like, whoa, I didn't know
Okay,
that could happen. But then
here's-
Super Saiyan 3, I was like, oh, you know. And like, it's-
Here's what Dragon Ball. It's like Dragon Ball's kind of like jerking off. It feels great, but I would like to fuck for once. Like that is kind of how that feels. It's like, can we do something a little different here? Like Goku.
There's another great
it's-
Sam quote from this
It's
episode.
the same
You gotta
fucking
sit on your
finish
hand.
every time. Like, just something different. A little different.
okay. And that's question number 1.
Yes.
Can we title this episode
Dragon Ball's
is
like jerking off.
Yeah, if we want to get
Well, I would like
demonetized.
to fuck sometimes or
Yeah.
whatever. All right. Anyway, second question. In the fight, when Jiraiya revealed that he was a shadow clone, shouldn't Roshi have been able to tell by sensing less ki or chakra in the clone and sensing that the real Jiraiya was on the beach? And I believe the whole thing with the shadow clones is that they're basically equal. You can't tell which.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like very difficult to tell if there is, and I haven't really seen an instance where people are able to discern that.
Don't they say when they first introduced it that you can like disperse your chakra equally between the two?
Yeah, like you can learn from each other, you can do all that stuff. You know, like Naruto is all about, you know, like basically creating enough shadow clones. They all do a bunch of training, and then they all just come together, and he has all that together.
Also, like, you're in the middle of battle, man. Like, shit's going down. There was a giant toad. Things are happening. Like,
Kamehameha's destroyed?
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
the stakes.
sensing ki and figuring out the fakes and stuff is a Dragon Ball thing.
it totally is, yeah.
But yeah, in
It
that
always happens when they're
situation-
standing off. You know what I mean? Like, when they have a moment.
That's true.
Right? Like, they might engage or something, and then they back off, and then it's like, I have time to think about it and analyze. You know, Roshi's like, I'm gonna fuck him up.
And it got to a point where it's just like everybody's hiding their true power anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it doesn't really come into play as often. So yeah.
And even if it's like not even necessarily like a shadow clone, but Jiraiya has been known to hide his chakra like completely, even by just like hiding inside of a toad. Like he's able to get into a city where the city is constantly raining because anytime a raindrop hits a person, whoever, spoiler alert, it's Pain, can sense who's now there. And like even with the new Boruto, they can their sensory team can detect different chakras and tell you what family you're from, or even if you're from Leaf Village. So long story short, they're mad detailed about it. That's why he's able to do it.
Yeah.
The end.
Chakra
No, I'm
control.
feeling good about that answer.
I also like how like Dragon Ball has to be one of the only franchises that like made a popular aspect of their show with the whole power levels and power readers and shit, and then they were just like, nah, fuck this shit, we're done with that. Like,
Yeah.
we're out. Like fuck that. Like we're good. We did it already.
Yeah, they didn't really. I guess Dragon Ball never really explored it. Definitely not to the extent that Naruto
Yeah.
ever did with chakra, because like half of Naruto's story is about chakra control,
Exactly.
learning how to like manipulate it and do things. Dragon Ball, you just kind of shoot it. You can fly with it,
Yeah.
unless you're Roshi.
Yeah. Dragon Ball's lazy. He's like, I don't want to draw tails anymore. So guess what? Tails are gone.
It's because it's not hype. it's not hype to learn how to stick your feet to a ground to the water.
Tails were kind of hype. Like
It gave Yajirobe
They
something.
gave
Yeah, I know. Like, man, what a
they
payoff.
gave up on
What
that.
a payoff for a side character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
When Yajirobe of all
that
people
is another
saves the world.
aspect that they just threw away. Even to the point when we were going through, like, we've gone through Dragon Ball a few times now. Like, Trunks never has one. Gohan does. Trunks never has a tail. And a lot of people think it's just because Toriyama forgot that Saiyans have tails.
I mean,
Like,
Toriyama's the kind
legitimately.
of writer who just kind of doesn't give a shit sometimes.
Yeah.
He's just like, this
And,
is
like,
gonna be
I
cool.
respect that.
And it turns
like,
out great.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
it's
does
in
his
his
thing.
pants.
Like once again, Dragon Balls was like I've watched.
I
it's
always,
good.
I always just
I
assume
just
that they cut
think
them.
it could be great.
I always assume that they cut it off when they're young, so that they don't
It's
turn into a giant ape.
It's like a
dogs?
it's like a
dogs?
circumcision.
Like a
It's
pit
like,
bull?
that's what you get.
Well, because otherwise,
Comparing Dragon Ball to dicks, man.
well, Saiyans get double clipped when they're born.
well,
Like, that's
otherwise,
how it
I
is.
mean, Bulma
If they're
knows.
Jewish, I don't know.
Vegeta knows. They pop out a baby, and they're, oh shit, this tiny little baby. It's the full moon. He's got to turn into a giant ape and kill us all.
Oh wait,
Probably
no.
fix that.
Yeah.
Because Bola, their daughter is born in Super, and like Wiz is like, let's speed this up and get whoop, and it has no
Oh,
tail.
yeah, you're right.
She has no tail, so yeah.
Maybe they just evolved.
They just
fast.
no, they just gave up is all. They just aren't worried about the tail thing because that's gonna, I don't know. They just don't want to do it.
So if they get double clipped, do
'Cause
they
it
lose
doesn't really
more
matter.
sensation? Is that what happens? You lose.
I figure,
you're
yeah,
less
yeah,
sensitive at
yeah,
that point.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I was just
God.
curious.
Oh,
Just curious.
Anyway, next question, wherever the heck we were. Do you intentionally kill characters to create controversy? Is that what gets you the most views and money?
No, and literally like
No, like this is a legitimate question because
Yeah, I get
like,
it.
It's not a trolling thing because it does make sense once you start learning how YouTube works. If you kind of do some research into that, the idea that Death Battle would make more money by creating controversy and getting more people to view starts to make sense as an idea, but it's a lot more complicated than that.
well,
Hey, no.
well also,
Because if we were doing that, we would have like the most underpowered character in the world defeat the most overpowered character just as a fuck you. That we're gonna get, the nature of this show is controversy. No matter what, like we're using like some of the most popular and beloved characters every single episode, and one of them is going to die. 50% of you will be sad and angry. Like,
And I'm a part
You know
of
what I
the
mean?
50% angry and
Yeah.
sad because Jiraiya is my boy. Watching him die twice hurt, but I also had to write that. So it is, you'll have to trust me. I didn't-
Also,
oh.
there's no benefit for that. That's not what our show's about.
and if we wanted to do like that, essentially like be like game the system, we would just like there would be like I don't know 7 Goku versus Supermans. Deadpool would be in half the episodes. Like there's way better ways to get views. That's just not really what we're after.
Yeah, like every single season finale would be Deadpool versus Goku versus Superman or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I mean, yeah, those ones are always just doing great.
The idea that killing a character to create killing the popular character to create controversy and thus give us views actually doesn't hold up either. I always feel bad about Power Rangers versus Voltron. I think this is an excellent example. I feel like if the Power Rangers won that, spoilers, sorry, that video would have like double the views it has.
Yep.
Because of shares. Because Power Ranger fans go watch it. Unfortunately, they lose. So some Power Rangers fans will share it, of course, but a lot of them probably don't. Because they're like, oh,
Yep.
my buddies won't like this because the Power Rangers lose.
Yep.
So if we really wanted to game the system, we would have
Always make
come
the
up
most
with an
popular
excuse
character win.
for them to win.
Right.
Yeah.
So Goku versus Superman, right?
Yeah.
Right there. If we really wanted to game the system, Goku would have won that. Everyone would have been like, yay, and shared it everywhere.
Yeah.
By the
It's-
way,
it's a tricky thing though.
I'm really glad you guys like cleared it up for me because you've been saying game the system my entire life till now. I thought it was game the system.
Are you serious?
Yes. So thank you for that. You learned
Wow.
something new.
You wanted to
every
like get
day.
equipped with the system?
Yeah, I just
like
thought you
Mega Man
gain
this
it.
shit?
I thought you gain it as in like you take it.
You've gained
yours.
the system.
You gain the
Makes sense.
system.
I can follow that thought process. Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you got.
like
wait,
it.
so is
But it's
it
game- it is
the
game
system.
it's
The
game
system.
system.
Or is it?
See, okay, wait. So how does game the system make sense though?
You're gaming it. You're tricking it. You're playing the game that is the system. You're playing the game into your favor.
Manipulating.
I think I like
manipulating it.
taking the system a little bit better. So I'll continue to say game the system.
Dominating the system. Controlling the system.
Grasp the system.
System up
Thrust
down.
the system.
That's different.
Thrust the system.
Okay, how about on Roshi's background slate, I noticed you missed somebody under Roshi's notable students. Was it intentional to leave out Yamcha?
No, it wasn't. It was just like
Actually, it kind of was. Like, I got that slate and I was like writing who should be there, and I was like, oh, Ox King needs to be there. But we might need to take out a name to make it fit. What has Yamcha done recently?
Oh, you dick! Wow. Okay, apparently in that regard, we do things to create controversy.
That's not controversy.
Yamcha
it's
has
just
not
fun
been
shitting on
notable for a long time, but neither has the Ox King. Like,
Dust King was
hasn't
notable
been
for like his career.
Yeah.
He didn't take as many L's as Yamcha did. So
The Ox King ruled like a whole freaking kingdom.
Yeah.
He's a king.
Yeah,
Ox
that's
King.
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yamcha's a baseball player.
That's
Yeah.
notable.
Well, and that's the thing that's weird. I feel like Yamcha's really gaining the system on that one.
Gaming.
Because he's out there like holding back on baseball, right? And like he's like the best
You're right,
baseball
he
player
can,
ever.
like-
Like,
yeah.
he can literally fly and do like a home run, like boop, like. But he just is like trying to hold back the whole time, and not let people onto.
When
the
did he
fact
go
that
back?
he's
He never
amazing.
went back, did he?
He hangs out with them.
What do you mean he
but-
never went back?
Like never went back to playing like
No, he went back.
professional baseball? Did
Yeah,
he?
He
in
still
Super he
plays
did.
it in Super, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's still training to some extent, because in Super, there's like a gag where he's waiting for Goku to show up and invite him to the Tournament of Power.
But you don't
But
think anyone
nobody-
would
he
question
never
him if he
comes.
was like way too good at baseball?
No, even if he toned it way down, like he could hit a home run every time.
That's what I mean. Like he'd have to do like Rookie of the Year, where he'd have to like fake an injury just so he can like
Why
return
am
back
I
to the
talking
major
about Rookie of the
leagues.
Year like 5 times this week?
Yeah, and so
I love that
because
movie.
everyone always does this.
Rookie of the
because then
Year
he does
is
like that
such
and
a
he hits
good
the doctor and he
movie.
says, "Funky butt loving."
Such a good movie.
Every kid that watched that movie will remember that phrase forever.
Anyway.
Fucking Rookie of the Year.
It's a
shit, God.
fantastic film.
Is it?
Yes. It goes up there with Brink.
Blank check. I thought you were going to say blank check.
Oh my God.
That's a banger, too. We've talked about that movie a lot, too.
That's
why is A, this kid is macking on a 30-year-old woman, and B,
'Cause that's
why
what every
is she
kid wanted
kind of
to do.
into it?
Oh, we had this discussion
Yeah,
the other day.
yeah.
Because then we started talking about the big situation and how Tom Hanks had the
That's-
greatest
yeah.
out ever, which was like, listen, I got to break up with you because I'm actually a kid in an adult body, and if you say anything, you're probably going to go to jail.
And that's why I can't do this
Which
anymore.
is-
It's
yeah,
not you,
I
it's
mean-
me. It's not you, it's me. It's
Not
me.
a very 2018 set of movies for us, no. Anyways, what's the next question?
Yeah.
The next question is, why would scientifically minded people such as you actually count Roshi's moon feet, even though it completely ignores tidal physics, and doing so would lead to climate apocalypse?
Ooh, can I just throw one thing in real quick?
Yes.
Sure.
There's also dinosaurs here.
Well, okay.
It's a different place.
You discounted Ichigo's surviving a black hole just because you said it didn't act like a real black hole. So shouldn't you discount the moon feet because it doesn't act like a moon feet or like a real moon?
That's the
So-
thing that, like, good to go, take it.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, this is going into, we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago, I believe, the idea of outliers in Death Battle in a versus matchup. When do you decide that a feat just makes so little sense that it shouldn't be counted? And the problem that so there are two ways of looking at it. Either you just take it as it is and you accept it, or you choose to discount it for whatever reason. And I don't really like that idea of choosing to discount it, because then you're just saying it didn't happen. And clearly it did happen. So then you've got to come up with an excuse. So what we try to do with outliers, feats that are just so absurd, is try to create a reason for them to exist in such a way. For Roshi, it's pretty simple. Like, at some point, all characters can blow up the moon. So he was the most powerful at the time. Sure, it's reasonable that he could blow up the moon. But, you know, other outlier type feats might be a little more complicated to fit in. Still, I don't like just discounting it just because it doesn't make sense.
And there is some things, and like we thought about that, like, because if you blew up Earth's moon, like, it would fuck with the oceans, it would screw up a lot of shit, like everything would go wrong. But in their universe plays very different, but their gravity doesn't, and they use gravity as a training mechanism like all the time and stuff like that. And gravity, the moon's own gravity, is kind of the main, I guess, crux of the calculation we use to come up with that number, because that's what you have to essentially counteract to blow up a planet. Because obviously it has this inward, and then if you can't make more than that go outward, it doesn't blow up. So, like, yeah, it's kind of because we know gravity is well established in that world, but like their universes aren't like ours. Like, they have edges and there's multiple ones and stuff like that. Like, Yeah. So
Like, we try to use real life physics to explain a lot of these things as much as we can, but there does come a certain point where it's like, you just kind of have to accept it for what it is.
Yep.
Like, we can finding out how much force of TNT something has is more realistic than trying to figure out how the moon affects a planet in this other universe called Dragon Ball.
Because realistically, the writer at the end of the day was like, wouldn't it be cool if he blew up the moon to stop this?
And this isn't the first time it happens. Like, it happens, the moon is blown up again. So clearly it's not just a one-time thing that they just kind of shove under the rug. It happens later. Who knows? I don't think we actually ever see the tides around that time, so maybe just off
It was
screen,
just chaos.
Roshi just murdered thousands of people.
you go.
Who knows?
tsunamis and shit everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to that Ichigo feat that's mentioned here. That's a different example because we didn't count the. It's almost a year at this point that the move that's like a black hole. It's a box, and it says that inside the box it's like a singularity, but it's not a black hole because it doesn't act like one. We see it. It cuts people up. It clearly doesn't do what a black hole is supposed to do. It's just described as a singularity. And there's a difference between a character describing things and actually showing what it does. And so that's why it's not an outlier in that way. It's interpreted. So I don't think that and the moon feet are necessarily comparable in the same way.
How many more questions we got?
We got two more.
And dinosaurs.
The next one is, if no outside help is allowed in Death Battle, why could Jiraiya summon Toads? You excluded Cloud summons and Sora's Disney partners. And simple answer, we've talked about this before, they're part of his arsenal. Sora didn't have his Disney partners because they're not part of his arsenal. They're other characters they're a team. It's like teammates. That'd be like saying, when we bring in like a superhero, you could bring him, like a member of the Justice League, you could bring in all the Justice League, which doesn't make any sense. Nope. Cloud was way back in season 1, where our rules were different. If we did Cloud again now, maybe we would include his summons. Like, we'd have to reevaluate that kind of thing, because the rules are different. And then the final question, which leads into our next episode, is Thanos versus Darkseid.
Yeah.
The most requested matchup we've gotten in the past year. So very excited to do this one for our season finale. And the question is, in this episode, will Thanos have the Infinity Gauntlet? And the answer is yes. All right, and that's it.
There it is. I
don't want to say anything else because it's going to be real cool.
No, I'm not. I
just
just had a couple people around the company ask me that when they heard they were doing Thanos vs. Darkseid, and they're like, "Well, will Thanos have the Infinity Gauntlet?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then they're just like, "Well," and they go off, and I'm like,
You'll see.
I know the answers to these things. You know, like,
I thought for some reason you were just gonna magically like pull out the Infinity Gauntlet. I was like, no.
yes.
Don't
We've
do it.
got it right here for us. No, but yeah, thank you so much to everybody who watched the episode and left questions and comments. It's been getting a really good response so far, and I really like how it turned out. I think our animators did a fantastic job, our voice actors, editing, writing. You guys did a fantastic job with it. It's a great penultimate episode to the year, which is awesome, and one of our best sprite fights, I think, so far.
Yeah,
It's
there's
a really
a lot
fun
of
one
work.
to work on for sure.
Thank you so much to everybody who worked on that episode. Really appreciate all of you guys.
Hey, speaking of thanks and people we appreciate, I'd just like to take a moment to talk about Stamps.com. Thanks, Stamps.com, for sponsoring this episode. These days, you can get practically everything on demand, like, this podcast. You watch it when you want to. And what we want you to know is that you can even get postage on demand. All you need is Stamps.com. Man, when buying stamps, wow, I really had a moment there where I messed this up. I'm sorry. Let's try again. With Stamps.com, you can access all the services of the post office right from your desk. You can buy and print real U.S. postage for any letter or any package. All available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just click, print, mail, and done. Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale. You can weigh your letters and packages and print the exact amount of postage every single time. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a background in merchandise. So does Sam.
Hey.
And I cannot tell you how insanely convenient Stamps.com is. It makes it super easy. All you have to do is just go, click, you throw in the weight, put it out, prints. No more going out to the store to buy postage or running out. You can easily print whatever you need, and then all you have to do is just go and drop it off. Super, super, super convenient. So right now, you can use Cast for a special offer. There's a 4-week trial, which includes postage and a digital scale. So don't wait. Go to stamps.com. But before you do anything else, go click on that radio microphone up at the top of the homepage and type in Cast. That's stamps.com. Enter Cast. Do it. Stamps.com. If you mail things, it will save you a lot of time.
And it's a holiday season, so you'll probably be mailing something soon.
Probably.
Yep.
Chances are you will.
Get those
So get
presents.
stamps.
Yeah.
All
Or if you're one
right.
of those people that never mails anything, now you can. You can fix that.
All right, thanks, Stamps. And now it's time to find out what's going on. Do we have fan art to show? I don't actually know. One? Okay, let's go ahead and bring that up. We might as well start with that.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so cool. I saw this.
Oh, this is for the community death battle.
Yeah.
Nifty.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Very
The
nice.
new She-Ra style.
Yeah, I like new She-Ra.
New She-Ra is so cool.
it's
Yeah.
pretty
She
neat.
got spunk.
She also like grows when she becomes She-Ra. It's like Hulk. She like she gets super
She gets
super
toned.
sized.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. That's awesome
Wonder
looking.
Woman.
Yeah, really cool.
Real cool. What is that? Ogre shave. Wait, I want to make sure I'm saying this right.
Ogres have
Ogre
layers.
Have layers.
Ogres have
layers.
layers.
Why did we help him?
I thought it said ogre,
Ogre shave layers.
And I was like, but that's not how you spell. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
Wait, so what does it say? Because I'm seeing ogre
Ovary
shaves
slayers.
Ogres have
layers.
like onions. You've seen the movie Shrek.
Shrek.
Did we talk the other day how in Shrek that Shrek says hold the phone, but they don't have phones? Like what the fuck is?
Oh
he talking
yeah.
about? Like,
Oh, that's
yeah,
what you're gonna
yeah.
question? And not the fact
I
that
know
a
some
donkey
shit.
fucked a dragon and made these weird little donkey dragon creatures?
Yeah, but that's playing within their own
phone.
fantasy world. Like
The phone was
how
over
do they
the
know
What?
about
There
phones?
can't be a phone in their weird fantasy world
There aren't
that you know
phones.
of.
Okay, fair. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that. We can move on.
Apparently we do.
No, I was just saying, like, you know,
do
ogres
they
have
communicate?
layers and apparently knowledge of phones, which is weird, but yeah.
A donkey.
Fuck
Fuck
a dragon.
a giant
It
dragon.
had dragon donkey pups, yeah.
Anything goes in Shrek if that can happen.
With
And the phone,
the
the-
donkey
Wait, hold
dragon
the phone.
hybrids.
Hold the phone.
He
You
says
telling me?
hold the phone.
You telling me?
Hold the phone? But with,
Telling me donkey?
with the dragon donkey hybrids be called like ass whelps? Is that a thing?
Oh.
I mean, that's on brand, right?
That-
Oh, man, I got a case of the ass whelps.
Yeah, that's good.
Rough.
Anyways, what's going on?
Well, I mean, I guess Cowboy Bebop is coming to Netflix.
Yeah,
What do you guys
yeah.
think of that?
We were talking about
looking forward to it.
casting in the office.
Yeah,
last night.
yeah.
Who do you got? Who do you want in it?
Yeah, I can never remember names.
I hope Steve Blum has a role in some
He
regard.
has to. He has to.
That'd be great.
He could be the cowboy on the TV that does the bounty hunting TV show.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's him and like a girl on it, or I should say a woman, on that show. I can't remember. I believe that's right. They're both very cowboyish, and they do the bounty hunter show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's in a lot of the
Yeah,
episodes. Yeah.
I was hoping that for Ed's character, they would get 11 from Stranger Things. I think her name is Millie Bobby Brown. I think if she played Ed, that'd be fantastic. If she just played Ed and just did this all day, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And then the dude from the Misfits show, I still don't remember his name, and I googled him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the British Misfits, the badass kids, and no, anyway.
Also,
but there's a kid that
the-
looks like
the
Spike
kid with the
Spiegel.
bat in Stranger Things as well could do a pretty good job. I
Who would
feel
play
like.
Faye?
We were talking about that one, and that one was a little
was a tough
different.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a tough
Come
one.
up with anybody?
I feel
Faye-
like if you're gonna fit the character, that's gonna be really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I thought Amanda Siegfried, but I was just, it's because of two specific reasons why I was thinking Amanda
Mia
Siegfried.
Jovovich?
So, no, don't you, someone said that the other day. Why? Oh, God.
No, she's
But-
busy doing the Monster Hunter
Resident
one.
Evil. Oh yeah, Monster, and it's
Ooh.
by the guy who did the Resident Evil movies too, because it's her husband, I'm pretty sure. So like,
Right.
Nepo.
Oh, is he doing? I didn't know that. I just knew that
Get
she
ready.
posted a picture of it, and everybody freaked out because there wasn't a.
but Tony Jaw's in it. I didn't
would
know how to
say-
deal with it because I was like, oh, like I got really excited with Tony.
Then,
Jaw.
then she posted
that
other
happens,
pictures
yeah.
of the armor. It looks fine. It looks cool.
I would have said like, and I still might say, and I know the first thing everybody's probably gonna say is that she's too old, but I kind of think Kate
Beckinsale? I almost said that.
Right?
I almost said
think
that
she
shit.
Can do it. Like,
She killed it in Underworld, man.
What about Megan Fox?
I think she can't actually.
Okay,
like,
Michael
I don't know.
Bay.
Maybe I haven't seen her in something where I feel like she's been given the opportunity to actually like act.
Well, this is a good.
Because she's
this is a
in
good-
Michael Bay films where it's like, you're not taking
recently.
me out of the movie right
Yeah.
now, but also, yeah, I don't know. Like, mainly in the fucking Michael Bay movies, she's just eye candy, and
Yeah.
like that's most of
Yeah,
her
sorry.
character. And it's not like she's getting to like flex or anything. So like, I don't.
So what about
Hard to
Jet?
say. She
Just
might
throw
be
out some
good.
crazy stuff real quick. Like, what about like Natalie Portman
Nat, for
in a wig?
Yeah, I mean,
I just
don't know
saw
how
the
I
trailer
feel
for
about
Vox
that.
Lux when we were seeing Bohemian Rhapsody, and that looked interesting.
Hmm.
That got me thinking about that. And I'm sure somebody's gonna throw out Angelina Jolie because, of course.
I almost did that as just a
Yeah.
joke. Or Scarlett
Yeah.
Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about Jet?
everything.
Like that's a
We
big
were
ass bald dude. I'm
talking-
thinking The Rock.
The Rock. I was saying.
Yes.
I want The Rock.
Yes.
I was like, it's just like if the beard could be gray, I do think Idris Elba would kill it. Like
That's true.
Idris Elba, I think would be such a good Jet. Just like
We were looking at Hugh Jackman earlier,
Hugh
but yeah, he's got like
Jackman
a
too,
pointy,
but
like
he's got the weird cone
head.
head.
Like,
Yeah,
if
it
you've seen
doesn't
him
work.
bald in the movie The Fountain, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
He's got a weird little pointy head. It's weird. But I'm thinking The Rock or Vin Diesel.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
He's got the deep voice already.
Well,
true.
okay, outside of casting opportunities, do you think this is a good idea?
So it's 10 episode run. I'm just worried they're going to try to condense 26 episodes. I know there are some filler, but the filler episodes are so good. But they're going to try to, I'm worried they're going to condense 26 episodes into 10, and that's just unacceptable because we're going to get another The Last Airbender, which we don't speak of.
It's weird to me that they would announce a live action series and not show like a picture
Yeah.
of a character or of
Yeah.
anything. It's just, it's a live action series is coming. Just trust us, that'll look good, I guess.
I mean, the people behind it are the right people, I think. So, yeah,
It's
I think.
like it's not that outlandish of an anime. It's sci-fi. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and like really looking at like what makes Cowboy Bebop so successful is like character development, cool story, cool action, right? And like,
Well, the world's also dope,
right.
but it isn't like so much different from. It's not wild. Like
Right.
I mean, there's
It's
not
not like
like
It's not like high
yeah,
fantasy.
there's not
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
super
true.
aliens running around
Right, right,
and
right, right.
stuff, and it's like there's humans, there's spacefaring. It's kind of like it's like less than Firefly even.
Yeah,
like,
like-
on that level, like
As far as anime goes, like I
The
feel like
bounty
this is
hunter
one
world
they
is
could do
really
a really good job with if
Yeah.
the right people are behind it.
because yeah, I mean it's not. It's just you're hunting bounties, like, and
Yeah.
that is very doable in, I think, a live action environment.
That'd be
And
dope.
none of their clothes are so fucking insane,
Like
except for
crazy,
maybe
right.
FaZe. Like,
Well, yeah,
is
FaZe is gonna
kind
be
of a little rich,
interesting.
like over the top.
I mean, I'm sure they'll change some of the outfits a little bit to be more realistic or whatnot, or more practical to that kind
Yeah.
of environment.
but I guess Jet has a metal arm, but that's not. Like,
Yeah,
that
that's fine,
wild.
whatever.
Like,
He's got like
Think
metal
they're
on his
gonna-
face for some
I think
reason.
they're gonna
Yeah.
put the little blush on Ed's
Or
cheeks.
Ed.
yeah, probably.
just constantly.
I'm just
has this
curious
little
about
black-
that. Yeah, I was thinking about costumes and I was like, yeah, they'll do the goggles. and, like-
Ein's definitely gonna be
Oh,
the
wait.
hardest
Yeah.
to cast. That's gonna be
Yeah,
tough.
dude. I know which corgi.
Literally,
is
like
gonna
any
be Ein.
corgi, we're good. But like,
We got like 5 corgis at the RT office. Let's just send
get
one of
one of
them over
that is
there.
like the one thing. Like, I'm all for like you can cast like Spike could be an African American actor. I don't care. Like, it's not gonna bother me. If they showed up and like Ein was a wiener dog, I'd be furious. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
It's
why.
like it's a
that,
golden
like,
retriever.
That instantly, yeah, a golden retriever. I'd be like, no, not my Ein. Like, I don't know why. That would be the one thing to bother me. Like, I don't care the rest. Like, you could do like fucking whatever you want, but don't mess with the corgi.
If they keep the music is where
Yeah,
I
music's gonna
think
be really
got
important.
it.
Yeah,
that's the
I
selling point.
assume they'll use a majority
Well,
of the same soundtrack. Like, the
It
seatbelts and
depends
everything will
if
be
they're
there.
going for the same vibe. You know, like the
That's part of it. It's the
called
charm
Bebop.
of it.
Well, sure, but like, you remember what they tried to do with the Death Note movie? Where they try to make it different environment, slightly different story, slightly different light. For some reason, all the names kind of stuck. The girl was different. I can't remember what the name was. But they tried to make it like, it's like Death Note, but different, but also like it. So they could try to do something like that with Cowboy Bebop and make it same characters, but different story, different universe, different vibe.
I
Make like a
honestly
dark thing or whatever.
wouldn't even be that
don't know.
mad if it was none of the same cast and it was just another group of bounty hunters in that world.
Oh,
I would
think a
not
lot
be
of people
that
would be
bad.
pissed off,
Like,
though.
Yeah, but it's
I mean,
Bebop.
yeah, people,
They just have the Bebop.
yeah. I mean,
The Landover came over and just bought it.
Jet got it from somebody.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. That'd be like a
Especially
prequel
if you're
thing
going to do
or
a
whatever.
10-run season, and then the 10th episode, if
They
you
show
know it's
up.
going well, is Jet gets the Bebop, and then we just follow the ship.
Ooh, you talking prequels now, my dude.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Noel's on board so quickly.
Yes, because
for
it's
that.
safe. It's like
Yeah.
you can't mess it up.
I'm gonna say if this does well in the same vein, I would love to see an Outlaw Star live action.
Oh.
That would be dope as fuck. With the old space things being like,
With the
we're gonna
arms,
fight
with
with
the
the
little
arms,
green
dude.
hands.
hell
With the
yeah.
tiny little grabby hands out here. We get giant ships,
Yeah.
little grabby hands.
Spaceship wrestling, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and that's such a cool show. I love Outlaw Stars so much.
With the weird bullets that like. suck
Yeah,
the
dude,
soul.
Gene Starwin's caster bullets.
Yeah. He's like, all I got is a 40 lip. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds.
But I can't wait to see what it
sounds
does.
dope.
You know, like,
Yeah, yeah.
That was good.
All right. Well, this is Netflix, right?
Yep.
They're just
Roll the dice.
out all
see what
sorts of
happens.
stuff.
I mean, billions of dollars. They make so much money. They're just going for it. Like, it's good. They're getting
Yeah.
because they're getting stuff that we all want to see and doing it. And they're also doing it the other way because they bought Blade Runner they're making a Blade Runner anime, right?
Right. There's a Blade Runner
Like-
series coming.
I think that's the best thing too. It's like, yeah, we've seen all this
Evangelion.
animated shit go live action before, and like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I'd love to see more live action things be like, we're gonna make an anime this now. Like,
Are they also
Like the
doing
Animatrix.
Are they also doing that like the Avatar live action as well?
I
Who's
think-
doing that one?
Yeah, that's Netflix. I don't know.
It's also on Netflix.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, they're going all out
Yeah, and
I mean, they know.
Evangelion is streaming on Netflix soon, I think.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're getting as much as they can. It's crazy thinking about how
mean-
far Netflix has come in the past. Like,
Soon it'll be the Trigun live action series. That'll be the
boy.
next.
Yeah.
I still got to return some of the movies I never dropped off.
So funny because like I'd love to see him do Trigun live action because it'll be like it's this fun kind of like interesting western and then the end happens.
Well, legit, they had a movie come out that's like this really weird. It's like Billy Scuggs and it's a movie that came out on Netflix. It's like a Netflix original movie. In like it's a weird set of short stories set in like a western environment, and the first two are funny, and then it gets like really fucking sad as it goes on. It's like the same thing. It's weird. They're just like, let's have a weird thing. Like the Coen brothers did it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like it's super interesting. But I watched it the other day. Cool.
all right, well, let us know what you think of the Cowboy Bebop announcement using hashtag DeathBattleCast, and I'd love to know what you think. And we've got a community death battle to get to, but before we do that, I want to tell you guys about Robinhood, one of our sponsors. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. They strive to make financial services work for everyone, and not just the wealthy. So they do this with a non-intimidating method for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. They've got like a simple and intuitive, clear design with data presented in an easy to digest way. Because, let's be honest, the stock market is intimidating. Like, if you've never done it before, if you've never looked into it before, it's a scary thing. So trying to get involved, you might just decide you don't want to do it just because you don't know what you're getting into. And of course, researching this kind of stuff is important regardless of what method you use, but Robinhood's goal is to make it easy on you to understand what you're looking at. And I've looked at their app and their website, and it seems like it does exactly that. It looks like it works really well. They charge no commission fees when trading stocks, and other brokerages can charge up to $10 for every trade, so that's a really good deal. They've got easy to understand charts and market data, and you can place a trade on your phone in just 4 taps. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. So the Robinhood web platform also lets you view stock collections like entertainment and social media, and curated categories like female CEOs. And you can learn how to invest and build your portfolio right there in the app. So discover new stocks and track your favorite companies with a personalized news feed, and get custom notifications for price movement, so you never miss the right moment to trade, to invest. So you can be right there whenever it's time to go. All right, so Robinhood is giving you guys a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help start building your portfolio. Just got to go to battlecast.robinhood.com to sign up. That's battlecast.robinhood.com battlecast.robinhood.com. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Robinhood.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, and now it's time for the community death battle.
2 weeks in the making.
She-Ra versus Wonder Woman.
Been a build-up.
Yes, this is actually, we have talked about doing an actual death battle with this before.
We almost did it.
Yeah, Wonder Woman versus Thor.
Wonder Woman
Very
versus
close.
Thor I was really pitching for Wonder Woman versus She-Ra.
We were looking into ways to build like a She-Ra model.
Yep.
But we were also kind of worried, like, well, She-Ra's kind of like an older property. It's not as requested as Wonder Woman versus Thor.
Yep.
It's kind of important to go with high requests, especially
man.
later in the year.
If this show came out last year, man.
Who knows? Maybe we can do it. You know, I don't necessarily want to bring Wonder Woman back again so soon, but you know, maybe we'll do it. Let us know if you think we should. But for the community death battle, we of course always leave it up to you guys to send us your answers and tell us who you think should win, and of course vote in a poll. So we've got an answer from, what was it? Ogres Have Layers. I got it.
All right, there you go.
And he says, going for the underdog here, She-Ra can kick the moon. Well,
Yes. What? I love the gift too.
Oh, dang. While it is smaller than the Earth, she did it alone. She can also heal fatal wounds, and she and her sword scale to He-Man and his sword, which at one point just kills Superman in one hit. Swords are Wonder Woman's biggest weakness. Sharp objects. Yeah. She's invulnerable to everything but sharp things.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good
I love
argument.
that onomatopoeia. Sklooch. Sklooch.
Yeah, sklooch.
I think there's another
Maybe did a
image.
desk of on weird onomatopoeias.
Yeah.
Did we show it? Okay, cool. All right, and then for Wonder Woman, we've got an answer from Charmed Pluto. And Charmed Pluto says, She-Ra is outclassed here. Wundy's pulled a third of the Earth, blocked the bits of a man traveling faster than light from reforming, and even survived being at the heart of an atomic explosion. She-Ra's a wonderful woman, but she cannot defeat Diana.
That was sweet.
That was nice.
I'm full on Wonder Woman on this one. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I am of the opinion that Wonder Woman is one of the few people that would legitimately stand a chance against Superman. Like Wonder
mean, she
Woman as a
does.
character
Yeah.
is fucking amazing. And also, like, here's the thing. It's gonna be a sword fight. And yeah, Wonder Woman's like, oh yeah, sure, She-Ra's sword is like super dank. It's like, yeah, but Wonder Woman's cuts on an atomic level. It literally, atom per atom, yeah, you can't, nothing gets past that atomic level, and she's just gonna be a better sword fighter. Like, guaranteed, doesn't matter. She is going to outclass her in that sort of combat every time, because she's just fucking ludicrous.
I recognize these feats that Charmed Pluto is actually mentioning because we had, you know, Wonder Woman in a death battle. The atomic explosion is when Superman takes her sword, they're like locked up or something like that, and splits an atom,
With the
detonating it
sword.
right in their face. I don't know why he decides to do it like right in front of her. You know, he could just do it next to the wall or whatever. But
I think if you're, like 15
I mean, it's not gonna
feet
change things
away
much.
from a nuclear bomb, it's not gonna
Yeah,
change.
well,
but
really
they're like
matter.
looking at it and everything. It's like there's no preparation.
You might
it's
as
like,
well.
let's do this.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you get to witness that shit? If you're gonna do it, you might as well be like, let's check this out.
Was she like specifically like knowing where to aim, or were they all just like, I don't know, it's somewhere like right
She
there,
gives
and
her
they all
sword
just like
to
lean in?
Superman, I believe,
Yeah.
because Superman can see atoms.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Superman's stupid like that. He can just see
so
literally
with
everything.
her sword, he's able to slice an atom in half because he can
gotcha,
see
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
individual atoms. She, I guess, probably technically could, but she can't see on an atomic level.
Gotcha.
Her
I just thought he
sword
was just, like,
does
aiming.
is that
Sword is
sharp
such
stuff.
fucking bullshit. I really want
is
to go with
really,
She-Ra
like-
here because like she
Yeah.
is ridiculously strong and so is He-Man, but like it's stupid fucking atom sword.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
the thing is just like, especially there is like, you know, Ogres Have Layers has a good point, but I
see
just
what
don't
you did there.
think. The sword thing? Yeah, of course. But like, her sword is no better than Wonder Woman's. In fact,
I don't know
Wonder
if you
Woman,
could.
Wonder Woman would probably just cut her sword in half.
Well, then that's what I'm worried about. But now I'm trying to think about if it can actually be destroyed.
I don't think the sword can destroy.
Well, while you look that up, I'm curious of the context of that moon. Like, was she putting that moon back? Like, she reminds you, was she putting the moon back, or was she just being an a-hole and she was just like, F
Well,
this
that's
moon?
the thing. You kick the moon in space. Like, I mean, like, gravity, sure, I guess, might catch it again. But like, if you go out, then it's just like that's a big comet now or an asteroid. Like, that's all that's gonna happen. Like, I don't know how she kicked it. Like, she really.
Your
is gonna have to do
reaction
some
when that
math.
came up, you're like, what?
Because that is pretty fucking ludicrous.
It is, dude. He-Man is sheer.
But I'm pretty sure a third of the Earth weighs more than the moon. So.
Chad, when we did He-Man versus Lion-O ages ago, I remember the sword, whether or not their swords could break, being a big topic for me, because Lion-O's could break, and I think I determined that He-Man's at least could not. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, I can't
He-Man's
remember. Well, that's because Lionel's sword broke when it went up against Excalibur.
A human.
Yeah, there was also like one of the mutant guys broke it. There were a couple instances
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
broke,
yeah.
but He-Man's could not, which is one of the reasons why he won. So I'm going. This is kind of an assumption, but you know, we're just here to kind of talk and have fun about the matchup. But I'm going to assume that her sword cannot break, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
So that kind of nullifies that potentially. That puts them on an even playing field at least, because Wonder Woman's is super magical. They both
Yeah.
have super powerful magical swords.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman has crazy super strength and Amazon powers, but She-Ra has crazy magic powers too. Like
And so, like, she deflects energy beams and stuff.
we know He-Man.
Energy beams are a joke compared to
I
literally
know.
stopping thousands of particles moving faster than light.
Speed-wise, I doubt She-Ra has any feats close to
Yeah,
that.
even
But
sure.
she probably has the durability and just like magic potential to counter
But
anything Wonder Woman
the
has.
durability
Listed as almost
doesn't
indestructible.
matter when you have a sword that cuts on an atomic level. Literally, unless she has like a canon thing that says like her atoms are undetachable, like one swing,
Her atoms
cuts her
are
head
fused
off.
together
Like,
with
literally, just one
adamantium.
swing, she's headless now. That's the fight. We're done.
Okay.
When you have a sword that cuts on an atomic level, like it's just bullshit.
So
Like,
your argument is Wonder Woman is super
DC
fast,
kind of
faster
has
than
some
her.
boring writers, and they were like, an atomic level, that sounds cool. And then you get to the point where you're like, that literally trumps like fucking anything pretty much.
I wouldn't say
Alright.
they're boring riders.
I'm on the swords
One
wiki
rides a
right now.
flying
I'm
horse,
going.
and the other one has an invisible jet. That's pretty fucking dope.
Okay,
That's
fair,
not boring. That's
Well,
the opposite
she
of
has an
boring.
invisible jet that she really doesn't need 'cause she can fly herself. But
It's just a
whatever.
luxury. That's all it is.
It's a luxury that
I
nobody
wonder
can
what the
see.
insurance is like on that thing.
Nobody can see it. Nobody knows it exists, so it doesn't matter. If she gets into a wreck with it, nobody knows that
So like
she
when
did
people
it.
see her flying, they're just like, she's just like literally has this pose, and people are just like, what are you doing? You
I mean,
fly.
she doesn't have it anymore, but yeah.
But you
It's
know,
not as common a thing as it used to be.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So one vote for Wonder Woman.
I'm doing Wonder Woman because she's got a dope
Does
jet.
Wonder Woman still lose her powers when she's tied up?
No.
No.
Can we say that that happens
That has
now?
not been a thing for.
I know, but I would
decades.
like to use that since the sword of defense can change its shape and become other things like a whip or rope. And she could tie her up.
I'm also pretty sure it's been a little while,
Different
but I'm
age.
pretty sure Wonder Woman's weakness, she
Sword
had to be
protection,
tied
sorry.
up with her lasso, the lasso of truth.
Yeah.
Like other ones wouldn't necessarily do it. I could be wrong on that though. It's been a while. Either way,
Turn her sword. She turned the
so
sword of defense into a
well,
lasso.
we got to wrap this up, Chad, and we've got to
This is
pull.
nearly
from you
destructible.
guys.
Fine, I want She-Ra to win, but it's gonna be fucking Princess Diana. Fuck you.
No. Who are you voting
Wonder
for?
Woman.
Oh, it's gonna be Wonder Woman.
Who are you voting for?
Say She-Ra.
She-Ra?
I'm voting for Diana
Oh, okay.
because I want She-Ra to win, but I think it's
Yeah, Wonder Woman should win this fight.
Wonder Woman.
Logically, like Wonder Woman, like I don't know. I haven't seen all She-Ra's feats, but
Then I am going to vote She-Ra because she's cool.
You've seen the poll.
Actually, I haven't. Let's go ahead and bring up the poll.
yeah.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's got to be
I
one
changed
of
my
the,
vote.
That's
No,
got to be one of
change
the
my vote.
worst stompings we've had in one of these polls. Like,
Wow,
80 to
that's
20?
crazy.
80 to
Oh,
20
yeah, in
might
the
be
voting? Yeah.
worst. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's got to be closer than that, like the actual match. I don't know. Maybe
Oh, I'm
it is.
sure the match is closer than that. Like when we really deep dive into She-Ra, there'll be some real dumb shit. I can tell you
But also,
100%.
yeah,
Just
I mean,
based off of He-Man.
Yeah, based off of He-Man and diving into that.
I'm not
like,
nearly as familiar with She-Ra, but there's got to be. Outside of the fact that her theme song is fucking killer. It's awesome.
Yeah. She-Ra. Oh, I can't do that here. I mean,
We're not Achievement Hunter.
that's
It's
her
okay.
name that I said twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
did
good.
not
It just
sing
has
at all.
key
a
of C.
sing-song tune to it. 'Cause you're just a very
I'm just a
sing-songy
jovial
guy.
person.
Yeah. All right. So next week, or for next week's Community Death Battle, in honor of Cowboy Bebop's upcoming live action series, hopefully being really good, we're gonna do Spike Spiegel versus John Wick.
Yeah.
What? All right.
Hopefully,
Some gun kata.
hopefully that means it's Keanu versus Keanu. No, that's what I want.
You want Keanu to play Spike?
yes.
There was like a rumor or something like years ago that Keanu would play Spike, or that he had signed on for Spike. Like for a live-action movie or something like that.
He would do
What
a good
if
job.
John Wick was just the beginning? It was the prequel, and something
What are they
shows
gonna
up,
do?
and he gets sent through time, and then he takes a new name.
Cause Cowboy Bebop's 2070, right?
It's in the future, certainly.
I think it's
yeah,
2070.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's
Something like that.
2071 to be exact.
yeah. Who knows? I mean,
Or maybe John Wick just discovers the secret to immortality and just lives until he can be Spike Spiegel.
Yeah, he gets there.
Either way, you can let us know who you think wins between Spike Spiegel and John Wick using the hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter. Give us your answer, maybe provide any scans or videos or whatever you want, as well as potentially a pun. We
And
love
wait,
those.
should we
Relevant
say
question.
No swordfish.
Is Ein involved?
Okay, no sword. Wait.
No swordfish.
I'm thinking it's just those two
right?
dudes with like pistols. Just
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
it.
because if it's like, sure, like John Wick's awesome.
Oh.
But the swordfish is a spaceship.
know what I meant.
Like it's kind of different.
Ein
yeah.
and the dog from John Wick 2.
All right.
versus
No,
like
Ein is.
Ein's a-
oh,
No, I'm saying if Ein's involved, like you don't want to, don't do anything bad to a dog, or John Wick gains like more power.
Ein and John Wick's dog are watching the fight.
That's sad.
That way they're there.
This isn't okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to say,
They're
but
there, and you
Whatever you
can send in your art of Ein and John Wick's dog hanging out and playing together while their
Sure.
owners kill each other. Whatever. Anyway, we'll have a poll up later on in the upcoming week that you can vote on for the winner, and we will find out who wins between Spike and John on next week's Death Battle Cast.
She's the hashtag.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this week's episode. We love you all, and we'll see you next week.
see you, Space Cowboy.